To begin our shading, we will need shading pencils. Now the gradation of the shading pencils is like this. This is a 2B shading pencil. This is a 4B shading pencil. This is a 6B shading pencil. Then a 9B shading pencil. So as the number increases, the darkness of the pencil increases. We will also need a non-dust eraser and a cutter to sharpen these pencils when we are working, because these pencils cannot be sharpened by a sharpener because the lead is very soft. So this is a cutter. The leads are too soft to be sharpened by a sharpener. We will need cutter to sharpen these pencils. Now I'll just show you first how these pencils look when you sharpen. Now another thing you have to take care while shading is, don't hold your pencils like this while shading. You have to hold the pencils in an underarm position like this, so that the point of the shading pencil is flat on your paper. So this is a 2B pencil. I am just showing you. So see, this is a very light pencil. Now a 4B pencil. Then a 6B pencil. Just observe the underarm position. This is what you have to always, this is how you have to hold your pencil whenever you are shading. This is a 9B pencil. So see how as the number increases, the darkness of the pencil increases. Generally all the shading and has 4 or 5 variation of shades only. So these 4 pencils will suffices for most of the course. So while doing the shading, what we have to take care is the source of light. From which side is the light coming? According to that, the shading will be done on that object or surface. So you can see in this picture, the light is coming from the left hand side. So this spot is bright from here, then it is a little dark, and this is the back side of the pot, so it is in dark, then again light, and lastly is the reflected light. Where there is this white line is there, this is known as reflected light. Same way, see this smaller pot, here it is light, then little dark, this is the back side which is more darker, and then there will be a reflected light. So this is the way we will start shading here. So first we will mark the shape of the pot. For that we can just take the 2B pencil and we can mark the shape, because the shading will be done in that same shape. So I mark this. In this also I am marking the shape. So where I have marked, we will start with the darkest pencil, which is the 9B pencil. So this is the back side of the pot. Again I have used the underarm position to hold the pencil. Both sides we will use the 6B pencil to give it a little lighter shade. Front and back, both sides. Then we will take the 4B pencil. Lastly, the 2B pencil again. Just to give this little roundish effect at the front. For 4B I have to use at the back also, little bit. For the mouth, because the light is coming from this side and the mouth is round, so this side will be dark and this side will be bright. See, if I hold my palm like this and if the light is coming from this side, this will be dark and this will be light. So this side we will do the dark shade and we will just leave this white. So again 9B. 6B, 4B. Now I will use a tissue paper to merge this. A small piece of tissue paper we are going to use. To give these lines a smooth effect. Another thing you have to take care, do not put too much pressure on your pencils while shading. Otherwise, there will be lines on the paper and which will not give a good effect to your drawing or painting. If the shade is coming more than what we need, we will rub it with a non-dust eraser. So after shading, this part has become little lighter, so I will again do it with the 9B pencil. Again, just highlight it a little more. And little bit 6B also has merged. So again 6B also we will do again. Again I will use the tissue to merge it. Now even the mouth I will use. Now I will use the non-dust eraser to you can use the back side to clean the portions where the pointed side of your non-dust eraser to give the reflected light area. Here also again we have to rub to create the white area again. This has got little extended. Here also we clean it a little. But I will again use the tissue just to make it smooth so that it doesn't look unnatural. And I will use the 6B pencil to just again highlight the basic shape of the pot. Which may have got little distorted because of the shading. So this way your shading of this pot is complete. Now you can see the shadow also of this pot. So we will create the shadow with a 6B pencil. This is the shadow of the pot. As the light is coming from this left hand side, the shadow will fall on the right hand side. Again I have created the shadow and I will move it up. As we have done the shading in this pot, same method we are going to use to do the shading in the small pot which is at the side of the table. The center will be dark because this is the inside. So we are going to use the 9B pencil for that. This side will be the 6B pencil for the mouth. Again this side also 6B pencil. And to give it a smooth effect, we use this. For the lower part, again where I have done the marking, we will take the 9B pencil. The front and behind, again we'll with the 6B we'll do the shading. Then 4B. And again I will, under the neck there is shadow falling under the neck, so I'll make this portion also a little dark using the 9B pencil. Now again I am using the tissue to give it a smooth finish. We'll use the rubber, back side of the rubber, the clean side of the rubber, to correct wherever we don't need the shade. Now we'll shade the box. Now as again the light is coming from the left hand side, so these two portions, this one and this one, will be left white. The inside will be dark with 9B. And this side, the whole side will be done with 6B. I'll use the tissue to merge it. the 6B part also. I'll use a 6B pencil to correct the basic lines if they've got merged with the shading. And the rubber again to clean wherever we don't need the shade. Here also I am giving a little light effect, you can see here, using the eraser. So this way all the basic shading is complete. Now we will finish the tablecloth. I have already given the basic lines where the creases of the tablecloth are coming. This side I have given, now this side also I will give. You can see in these. So these are the creases from where the tablecloth is falling. The fall or the crease of tablecloth. So we will use a 8B pencil to show the fall or the creases of the tablecloth. We will just use the strokes. We are not going to merge them. We will just use the strokes. And we are not going to merge them with the tissue. We will leave them as it is. The darker shades I have done with the 9B pencil. And the lighter part or the shade we can just do with the 6B pencil again. And we are not, as I told you before also, we are not going to merge it, we will leave it as it is. The center part is lighter, so we will just use the 4B pencil lightly. We will clean if any places we can see that we will create the shadows formed by this pot and the box. So for the box I am using 9B pencil to create the shadow of the box, even for the pot. more creases where the tablecloth is lying on the floor. We will do it with a 6B pencil. Now we've already done the shading of all the main objects. Now we will create the background. So the background is covered with a curtain. So this side you can see a lighter shade of curtain. For that we will use a 4B pencil, and this side you can see a darker shade. It is coming from light to dark. So we will use a 4B, 6B and 9B pencil. So first of all I will take a 4B pencil. Another thing what you have to take care is when you are shading the background, use a paper to cover what you have already done. Why? Because if you put your hand on this shading drawing, it will get spoiled, plus your hands will also get dirty. So use a normal tissue paper or a newspaper to cover your drawing and then start doing the background. So first I will do the 4B shading. I will create the curtain. I am starting with the 4B pencil. Then after that I will use the 6B pencil. So first I am doing the upper portion of the curtain. So I am using the 4B pencil to create the upper portion. Now I will take the 6B pencil. And because we are creating an effect of curtain, here also we are not going to merge it with the tissue. We will use the strokes as it is. Now I am taking the 8B pencil, sorry, the 9B pencil. 8B also can be used, but here I am using 9B. Shadow is created because of the objects and the table. So this will be a much darker shade for the curtain because of the objects lying in front of it. In between, little portions are left. For that also I will use 6B to create the effect. Now the left side is already completed. I am going to do the right hand side, which is quite lighter. So we'll just use 2B to create the curtain effect. So this way your sketching and shading of the still life is complete. As you go through the video, you must have realized that there are basically 3 stages to do a sketching and shading. Item or object. First stage is to draw the object or the landscape or whatever we want to create. The second stage is to shade the basic items or basic object which are there in your drawing, and third stage will be creating the background. A little bit this is left. Again I'll use a 4B pencil, and our drawing and shading is complete after that. So today's session is complete of a still life. Today's session is complete of a still life, sketching and shading.